Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to my first ever story time. I'm gonna be doing a story time on when I had a fight with a family member's boyfriend. It's real juicy and real spicy, so stay tuned for the rest of the video. Alright, so I think I was in like 12th grade. I think I was in 12th or 11th grade. I was trying to like work on like my body and stuff like that. I was planning on like going to the gym and stuff like that. So the night of the fight, I went to bed extremely early. I went to bed at like 11 o'clock because I wanted to get enough rest to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym before I go to school at 8. So I'm laying in bed, I'm trying to fall asleep. My cousin comes knocking on the door like, oh, I'm gonna give my aunt's boyfriend a name. I think I'm gonna call him Dave. No. All right, so I think I'm gonna call him Dave. So Dave was arguing with my cousin, and he was being disrespectful, calling my cousin like a bitch and all of that, just being really, really disrespectful. So she comes and knocks on my door, and like, oh, Dave is being real disrespectful, blah blah blah. Blah. So I'm like, all right. So my aunt is arguing with Dave in the hallway, and all the neighbors are outside. It's like a whole big thing. Dave is walking down the steps. Everybody's outside trying to fight. So I come run downstairs and I see Dave, and I'm like, what's going on? And Dave is cursing at me, calling me just being real disrespectful. So I'm like, oh, you want to fight? And he like, yeah, I want to fight. So I'm like, all right, hold on. So I run upstairs. I went downstairs with socks on. So I run upstairs. I put on my sneakers, and I see this pink Moscato bottle in the kitchen. And I'm like, all right, like, what are we about to do? So I grabbed the pink Moscato bottle and I run downstairs. My brother had literally just left for work like 30 minutes before. So I grabbed the bottle, I run downstairs. So me and Dave is like, we're going back and forth, like we're arguing. The whole building's outside. So I'm not like, we're like going back and forth. And then I'm like, you want to fight? And he's like, yeah. So I like put my phone down. I'm on FaceTime with my brother because I'm like, yo, he's going crazy. He's being mad disrespectful. So I'm on FaceTime with my brother. So I put the phone down, and me and Dave just started fighting. So I take the pink Moscato bottle and I hit him in the head. I hit him in the head so hard. I wanted the bottle to break on his head. So I hit him in the head 2 times with the bottle. And then he just starts leaking. I'm gonna insert a video of him. He just starts leaking from his head. So I'm ready. Like I'm about to start fighting him now. So he starts leaking, and my aunt, she comes and grabs me. And it's like, stop. And I'm like, this is what you want? I'm like screaming, saying all types of stuff. But my hand started like getting swollen. So the cops came. I had to sit in my neighbor's house for like a few hours. I sat in my neighbor's house. I called up my family members and was telling them like, I just had a fight with him, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was just giving them, like, the scoop. So, I want to say around, like, 12 o'clock, I went back to my aunt's house, which was, like, next door because I was in my neighbor's house. So, I go back to my aunt's house, and I plan on going to sleep because I'm still in my head, like, all right, I'm still going to go to the gym. This wasn't nothing. I'm still going to go to the gym. So, I'm sleeping, and I finally fall asleep around 12 o'clock. I finally fall asleep, and I hear someone outside my window, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like I hear somebody outside my window, just popping mad shit, like, oh, you pussy, blah blah blah. So I look out the window, and it's Dave. Dave is downstairs outside my window. I'm like, oh, like I thought this was over. Like I thought like the fight was over and done. So I look out the window and Dave's outside. And once I go and look out the window, a rock hits the bars on the window. So the rock hits the bars on the window. Mind you, this is not the first rock that has come into the, like, he broke the window. And I was still asleep. I woke up because I heard him popping shit. So I woke up and I look out the window, and he throws another rock, but it hits the bars this time. But I'm waking up and I'm feeling like glass all on me. So I'm sleeping and I feel glass all on my shoulders and shit. So I start turning in his glass. I'm covered in glass, all in the bed. He broke the window, and then the window popped, and then the glass went everywhere. So it went all throughout my room. And I'm gonna insert some pictures of where it was. And everything. So basically I'm like what's going on, because I'm waking up and I'm in glass basically. So I go get my aunt. I'm like, yo, Dave just just broke the window. So I'm like, what should I do? Like, I'm like, what are we about to do? Because am I about to go back downstairs and fight? Or are we like, what's going on? So she's like, I'm about to call the cops. So I'm like, okay. So she goes downstairs and handles whatever it is going on with the cops. I don't know what happened downstairs. I thought he got arrested. He didn't get arrested. So I'm like going to school and stuff like that. And every day I'm going to school, I'm like kind of like nervous. Like, what's going on? Like, am I about to have to fight him again? So fast forward, he was out of the house for like a little minute. So he finally comes. My aunt allows him back inside the house. And I feel uncomfortable because I'm like, I just fought him. Like, how you gonna let him back in the house? This is mad awkward. It's mad weird. So, yeah, he comes back in the house and he's living there again. So, like, one day my brother's in the room. And every time I would walk past Dave, he would say little smart comments, but I would never listen to him. I would just brush it off and just keep going. Like, in the back of my head, I'm like, I already like, beat you up. We had a fight or whatever. You thought you was about to beat me up. It didn't happen. So it's whatever. So I know in the back of his head, he's just like, I want a round two. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not fighting you again because I already beat you up. So one day I go to the kitchen to get some food, and then I go back to my room, and Dave like gets up out of the bed and kicks the baby walker. He kicks the baby walker, and I'm like, are we about to fight again? So my brother is in the room. So my brother hears like what's going on, and he comes out the room, and he's like, yo, you want to fight? You want to fight again? So now this is the same brother, the same one I was on the phone on FaceTime with that went to work early. So he's like, oh, you want to fight again? And Dave was like, oh, I don't have no problem. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, you just literally was trying to fight me 2 seconds ago, but now that my brother come out the room, you don't want to fight no more. So now he's on some like, oh, I don't have an issue. But every time I would walk past him, he would say something smart, or he'll like try to like just pick with me because he clearly wants to fight because he got beat up. But I wasn't fighting him again. I think we had got into it again, and he ends up leaving the house, and it was just like a whole bunch of drama. But yeah, this was when I was living in Brooklyn. But I'm just so glad that is over with, and I no longer live there anymore. Yeah, like I guess that's like the story about when I had my first fight with my aunt's boyfriend. It was weird having to fight someone and still live with them. Like, it's the most uncomfortablest thing. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's really, really uncomfortable to live with someone after you just fought them, and you know that they want a round two, but you really you're not on that type of timing. So yeah, that's my story. If you like my story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see in my next video. I have a few hair videos coming soon. I'm waiting for the hair to come in the mail, and yeah. So stay tuned for my next video. Peace.